Solving absolute value problems.
There could have been.
The absolute value of a real number suggests its magnitude. The symbol for absolute value is two straight lines. Absolute value will equal a positive and a negative. Answer. Here are some examples.
It's recording right now, so now let's and now what I will do is insert.
Some of the properties of absolute value are: the absolute value of A is greater than or equal to 0. The absolute value of negative A is equal to the absolute value of A.
Writing equations of lines.
The absolute value of AB equals the absolute value of A times the absolute value of B. Absolute value of the fraction AB equals the absolute value of A divided by the absolute value of B, or B is not equal to 0.
Extension of complex numbers.
Here are some examples of equal signs.
This led to his interest.
In this example, the absolute value of x plus 6 equals 14. When you get rid of the absolute value signs, you could have x plus 6 equals 14 or x plus 6 equals negative 14, where the answers would be 8 and negative 20.
The first being points.
In this example, you have the absolute value of 3x plus 7 equals 58. You get rid of the absolute value signs where you have 3x plus 7 equals 58 or negative 58, where then you have 3x equals 51 and 3x equals negative 65. The answers then are 17 and negative 21 2/3. In this example, the absolute value of x minus 3/8 is equal to 23. When you get rid of the absolute value signs, you have x minus 3/8 equals 23 or negative 23. The answers are 23 3/8 and negative 22 5/8.
Jordan Hiding, and me.
Properties of solving absolute value with inequalities.
But who is he?
If the absolute value of u is less than or greater is less than a, then u is in the interval negative a. Then the absolute value of a is of u is less than a if and only if negative a is less than u and less than a. If the absolute value of u is greater than a, then u is in the interval negative infinity, comma a. That is, if the absolute value of u is greater than a, if and only if u is less than negative a or u is greater than a. This follows for greater than or less than inequalities.
For the negative 4x squared.
Solving absolute value with inequalities.
The absolute value of x minus 6 is less than or equal to 15. This would go to negative 15 is less than or equal to x minus 6 is less than or equal to 15. Then negative 9 is less than or equal to x and less than or equal to 21.
I still see and know a little bit about.
Next example is absolute value of 2x plus 2 is less than or equal to 8. Once you get rid of the absolute value signs, you'll have negative 8 is less than 2x plus 2 is less than or equal to 8. Then that'll go to negative 10 is less than or equal to 2x is less than or equal to 6. The answer will then be negative 5 is less than or equal to x and less than or equal to 3.
Complex numbers on a 2D Cartesian coordinate. Through these findings,
Solving absolute value with fractions.
while walking in the garden, the imaginary number times the imaginary
The absolute
number
value of
is
x
equal to
plus
negative
1/2 is equal to 6.
This conclusion helps us out
Or the
the
absolute value of x plus 1/2 is equal to negative 6. Once you get rid of the absolute value signs, that is what you'll have, a positive 6 and a negative 6. Then, once you solve it, you'll have x equals 5 1/2 and x equals negative 6 1/2. And that is the end.
X minus x of 1, in which the